Hey everyone, I wanted to give you an update on our Corporate Transparency Act case. I had the opportunity to be in the conference with the judge yesterday with our lead attorney, Austin Hepworth, and basically here's where we're sitting right now. Due to the injunction that was reached in Texas, and due to the fact that there's a sentiment in Congress to repeal this, a statement from the president on an intention to not enforce this, there's a lot of moving pieces. And the judge wanted us to basically delay action until we had a more firm landscape on where we're going to be. So she has put a 90-day stay on the case. Within that 90 days, we've requested that the Department of Justice will agree to providing all the plaintiffs in our case an additional delay if the injunction is overturned, meaning it would give us enough time if the injunction in the other case is overturned, that nobody in our case would be affected until we have the ability to go back after another preliminary injunction, which would be huge for us. That would mean that even if the injunction is overturned, we still have a delay. They can't make that call, the attorneys, so they are meeting with the DOJ and the Treasury to see if they'll agree to those terms. And before 90 days is up, we have to come back to the court with either an agreement on how to move forward or we'll reapply our preliminary injunction. So that's the current situation right now, which we're hoping that this just gets squashed out and we don't have to put any more resources towards it. But I want to make something really clear to everybody involved in this, and that is the fact that the current injunction is on 10th Amendment grounds, which should be strong grounds, but just for those of you not familiar, in case law, they're notoriously weak grounds. There's a lot of case law that has worked against the 10th Amendment over the years, and as much as I would like to say otherwise, it's about the shakiest grounds we can get in going up to the appellate courts. So there is a decent chance that this gets overturned in the appellate courts, which makes our case even more critical. And here's why. As you may already know, our case is standing on primarily First Amendment grounds, followed by Fourth, Fifth, and Ninth and 10th Amendment grounds. But our primary claims are on First and Fourth Amendment grounds. This is really critical because if the appellate court overturns the preliminary injunction on 10th Amendment grounds, our preliminary injunction can move forward because we're seeking on grounds not being that weren't granted in the first injunction. So we may be the thing that comes in to save the day at the end of this. So you just need to be aware that while we have a reprieve, this battle is far from over. The injunction's in place, that might get overturned, and we're going to be in a position to move forward. So we are holding our resources back right now and going to make our move based on what happens in the next 90 days here. If we can get this agreement with the DOJ, then that buys us even more time. If they won't come to that agreement, then we will move forward with our case against them. So the battle's far from the battle's far from over, but that's where we're currently sitting. This is something that is super critical to keep fighting and keep moving forward. The current or the incoming administration is saying it doesn't want to enforce this, but a lot of moving pieces are going to hit the Trump administration in January. So we don't really know where that's going to sit. We have to keep this fight up. And my belief is that in the long run, it's going to come down to the claims we're making on the First Amendment, because those are the strongest case law examples to fight this. And the 10th Amendment ones, hopefully, it would be great if they stood on 10th Amendment, because if it does, that's going to reinforce the 10th Amendment, which needs some reinforcement in case law. But if it doesn't, what our case is standing on may become the most critical aspect of this fight. So keep supporting us. I will be issuing an official statement from the league. I'm just still getting things finished up on that. I've had a crazy last day or two, but stay tuned.